So, okay, I'm recording now. All audio from this point forward will be recorded, including desktop audio and whatnot. Actually, if I'm going to do this, I should probably... No, wait. This can still work. So I was doing this. Yeah, keep the audio down for that. At some point, this will load, and then, like, maybe we could have something shiny on screen. Although I can also accept feed from your game as well. You got a feed that you can share with me?
Put it up if you want.
Yeah, let's see. I think I can add that in. What do I need? Google Play Games Capture. Import. View Capture. Browser source, display capture, share monitor, window capture. Window capture, I think, makes sense. Yeah. If you, I think if you share your screen, then I can do most with that.
1 second. Just opening the game on the laptop.
Sprout 2 capture. High resolution, 0 impression, 0 latency. Oh, damn. They added this since last time I was here. Nice. Nice. VR games, capture game. Cool. Okay. I do love this sound. This song goes hard, but only when you don't have to listen to it for. God, how long has this been going? I know, 8 gigs worth of data.
I don't know. I haven't had that opening for a bit.
Yeah. Well, desktop is not my main method of playing on, so.
I get it. I only use mine for streaming. I mean, I only use it for the farming on Sunday.
Ah, yeah, fair. Wait, why go on desktop for that? Using your phone for other things?
Yeah, in case, because sometimes it takes quite a bit. I have quite a bit of energy built up for Sunday.
Fair.
All the packs, I really just use it on the final day.
I usually just do it as a go, because like I'm frequently playing other things. Like this was the main sort of benefit of like what Arknights has to offer was the sort of auto farm. Like I'm a Fate Go refugee. I used to play Fate Go a lot. Put a lot of time and effort into it, and got my servants, got my super rares and everything, and I had a good time with it, all things considered. But at some point, it's just like the time investment is just unrealistic, egregious even, because you always have to be like very physically present in the moment, and I gotta push all the buttons. I gotta make sure the supers go off. I gotta make sure, the enemies are in this order. They're attacked in this order. And it's just like, this would be... I'm gonna move myself over. And it's like, this would be nice if I could just, like, set it down and leave it alone for a spell. Because otherwise, like, this is taking up so much time on my hands. And, you don't always have that. So the auto farm was like, so good. So good.
Yeah. I enjoy, what's it called? I use the farming, I do it mostly on Sunday. Mostly because, I don't know, I guess, just in case I need anything, like, throughout the week, I'll use a sanity pack earlier, but I just have a lot extra lying around, so.
Yeah. Receive the latest news. Sure. Send me the latest news.
Yeah, most of my farming is done way in advance of the characters being released and everything too, so.
It has been a long time since
Stockpiles are high.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I felt that compelled to go for a character. I think it had to be Near the Radiant Knight that first had me going after that. When like I just looked in advance, like, what do I need to take her to max level as soon as I get her, and I did.
Yeah, I, I've just what's it called? As long as I never waste energy, which is pretty much the main way that I've played for the entire 5 years, is I even if I don't know what I'm getting, I'll just make sure to spend energy constantly so it's constantly regenerating.
Fair.
And it's led to the same issue I have in RPGs and other games, which is a massive stockpile of items that I never use after I beat the final boss. And they're useless.
I feel that's so hard. You know, the idea that just, I mean, like, that's gamer 101. You know, we all, I think, feel like we all have the same sort of problems with this. You know, there's a
Yeah.
hoarding of items. There's the feeling like, oh, I gotta get this, and I gotta work as quickly as I get it, and then like suddenly you do not use it. You sort of hold on to it. You know, figuring like, well, I got this. I should use it at an appropriate moment, and then you go through the entire game and do not use it. I have
Yeah.
made this mistake many times, and I would be proud I think to say that I think I've learned my lesson a little bit from it. I use these a lot more regularly now.
I know that if I, what's it called?
Not bad.
I'll probably lose the surplus if I ever actually get on board with unlocking all the modules,
Yep.
because I have a lot of it ready,
I thought I
but
changed this.
not enough to make a choice yet.
Ah. Well, I'm always. I think I do the same thing that other people will. I will module like my favorite operators and stuff like that. How do
Mhm.
I fix new base? No. Ooh, deployment tips. Refill. Might resupply. Yeah, sounds about right. What am I doing for bars? Good. Running low on bar soap. Okay, this is also the problem with not logging into here regularly. You have to go through like the same updates and stuff that you have previously.
Oh yeah.
By the way, ENVA killing it on Suzumon.
Oh yeah.
Love it. I generally like a lot of the ENVAs with regional accents, but some of them, I think one of the things that bothers me, one of the few things that bothers me, is when you have like a really well-defined character with like a really well-defined like VA, JPVA, or what have you, and then you're trying to put them in like the English box, the little toolbox of Englishisms and sayings and stuff, and you have to try and capture that same sort of feeling, because like it's the same feeling I get with Lapland. You know, I've had her JPVA on the whole time because I think she's fantastic. You know, the ENVA, like, we got a regional accent now, but I feel like it just doesn't capture it. Like, do you get this? Do you get this sometimes? Like, there's just like a few sets of lines that every character has that sort of like pulls you into the character. It's like, ah, yeah, that's the character. I know because I'm listening to that line.
Yeah.
That defines that character. And if you hear someone else like doing that line and it doesn't sort of match up, then like it feels odd, doesn't it?
Yes, it's definitely what's it called? Like I get there's always an attachment to whichever one is the first voice that you get to, which in this case usually is a Japanese voice or possibly the Chinese voice, since English is still being done slowly.
I guess, yeah.
But
trying to
there's
think, what's
I
Lapland's?
have a number of characters that I'm just more attached to, I guess. But I still try to keep it blanket with, as long as there's an English voice, I trade it in
Fair.
for my game. Mostly just because it's easier to have it so I can understand it. You know, I can't.
That's fair. That's fair. I totally get that.
Now,
yeah.
there's a few voices though that are not great at all. English dubbed. Like there's
there's always hits and misses. I don't.
mean,
to
yeah,
be clear, I want to
it's-
be absolutely clear on this. I'm very much on the actor's side. Like, I've done the voice acting rat race before. I didn't get anywhere with it, but like, you know, I learned a lot about stuff on the inside of the industry, and you know, just what a slog you have to go to get anything. And I've learned from experience, and I have been taught by my coaches and trainers that you know, as long as you got your shit together, like you're prepared for anything. An actor, as long as they got their shit together, can like fucking make magic out of any line. And most of the time,
Absolutely.
when you're watching a movie or a production or something, and the lines feel like stilted or they fall flat, then that is more often than not on the fault of the director. Either they didn't give the person enough time in the booth, or they didn't ask for more out of it, or like more emotion, or more this and that. So like I'm very pro actor in these sort of things. So you know, I just want to throw that out there because
a
like
number of them.
yeah. Yeah, I just want to throw that out there because, like, they'll be like, I agree with you. I think there's a few vocal performances that just like really fall flat. But you know, before I go, you know, dissecting the performance of the actor, I do think about, you know, what could have been done in the booth.
Any new facilities at Rhodes Island this
Yes,
time?
definitely. I was gonna say is that one of the examples that I would give is actually a voice actress that I actually like a lot, and she plays other characters in this game that are great too.
Yeah.
It's just the one character that I think came from the first wave of English voices that they went too hard on the accent, Estina.
What class is that? I think I have Estina.
It's hard to say it's an English dub when I feel like I need a translation still.
I feel like I know this character. Estina Castor?
Estina is a supporter from the Ursus
Oh yeah,
student group.
yeah, her. You know, I gotta say, I'm actually pretty impressed with how they handled this. Like Aoyuki, like first, like prop to Aoyuki, like probably one of the best of the biz. Her range of voices and capabilities is like absolutely top tier. You can't see it right now. I'm holding my hands above my head. I'm gesturing, and you can't see. But you know, really, you know, like really just tough act to follow. Especially when, you know, we're trying to do a regional accent and stuff. And like,
Yeah.
I think for me, I think this is one of those sort of ones where like I was happy to lower my expectations on, you know, and I said that in that sort of way because I think we all have this sort of thing where it's like there are times when we're forced to lower our expectations, you know, like God,
Yeah.
ask anybody who went to see the Borderlands film. Oh yeah, they had to lower some of their expectations, you know. But I look at this sort of thing, and this actor Risa May, I think, considering what they asked her to do in the booth, which was, you know, I need you to speak in place of a Japanese actor. Second, I need you to speak in place of an actor with like a very high, sort of breathy voice. And third, I need you to do it with like an identifiable Russian accent. And like just saying it out loud, that feels daunting. I would be losing my mind in the booth with that.
It definitely has to be.
Yeah, and
It definitely has to be.
yeah, and I think I was okay lowering my expectations on this one because I think what we got is still like a very impressive capability of what the actor could do. A very impressive showcase of just
It
how
is
much
very
work.
impressive. What's it called? It's still very good. It's just the only thing that I ever had trouble with is I can't understand it still all the time.
Yeah,
And then
I get that.
kind of
yeah.
defeats the purpose of an English dub.
Yeah,
At that point, I'll take a Russian dub then or something.
that's absolutely fair. I can't fault you for that. Like
I
I
mean-
definitely feel that. Yeah.
If the words popped up on the screen as they were said too, outside of the library database,
Yeah.
when that happens, it would be easier too.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's some that I need to either know it really well to know what's being said, or, you know.
Yeah.
But this was also, but I chalk a lot of this up to being the first wave of English voices. She was in the first group. And I think that was a learning curve for a lot of people. The actors, the directors, everybody that's involved.
I can hear your footsteps.
And
with
they
my
were even
ears
testing out
forward.
accents. How deep do we go on the accent? How not deep? And I
Yeah.
think that they've made much better progression, you know, with the newer waves of voices, of course.
Yeah, and there's definitely like a lot to unpack there with the issue of like I'm just gonna, you know, the best efforts of having something in the background. I'll just do a bit of farming. Zwillingem
problem.
im Herbst is going on. Yes, that is my best attempt at a German accent. I have German family, and if someday they stumble upon this video, I will be soundly mocked for each and every syllable I do not say in perfect German. You know. But yeah, gotta get my farming in. What am I farming right now?
Not a problem.
Devices.
Gotta
Devices
figure
is
out where
pretty
my
good.
sound went.
Oh, you can craft devices. Yeah. Ooh, running out of ore iron. How am I doing on locks of coal? Oh, you need so much locks of coal. Let's just do this.
Right now they're in the shop, too, as an infinite sink for 25 currency. It's something new that's
I'm
happened
sorry.
with the last 2 events.
I'm sorry, what? Infinite sync? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Like, you know how normally
yeah.
the currency, the only thing you can do after you sweep the shop is spend it on cash?
Yeah.
Now there's a Luxor coal in there. That's infinite for 25 pops.
Ooh, I like that very much.
I have only seen that for the last 2 events, and they've both been Luxor coal, which is a little weird, but I'm gonna assume they're gonna change the item with each event going forward.
Probably. I mean, if I had to guess that, I bet that corresponds
Otherwise, my only
to...
question is why Luxor coal specifically?
Well, my best guess, I bet it corresponds to just like the highest proportion, because like they have metrics and stuff as to how many players have what
That's
character.
true.
I bet Luxicol corresponds to like the highest sort of demand across the board of characters, because and it's also probably one of the hardest to farm, because like we can always farm more rocks. We can always farm more rocks, and you know, we can craft ore iron dust into ore iron blocks. I think I know what I'm doing. No, it's not ore. No, I did.
But
Yeah.
Luxor coal
Yeah,
base
Orin.
form is tier 3 already.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you get it. That's my theory. At
Yeah,
least.
there
That's
are
all.
a few. There are a few items like that, and I always do try to pivot, or at least I used to when I had to focus more on specific farming.
Yeah.
The ones that you couldn't craft.
By the way, anyone who hasn't already, level your Ethan. He continues to be
Oh, yeah.
so goddamn good. Let's go over here. I can then change this after the fact. Yes, I did
love
happen to
the
get
ambush
both characters on the banner here. See, I'm the sort of person. See, here's where I'm at. I'm the sort of person that was looking at the banner. I'm like, Virtuosa, is a baddie. I'm a strictly like, you know, good guy sort of player.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, everyone was like, oh, she's meta. She's, you know, she's so good, so broken. You know, oh, hot for Angel Wife. And I'm like, I want the deer. Give me Viviana, the person that was like Viviana was like probably one of the most textbooks of examples of like, this NPC looks very detailed. I wonder if someday, and you know, I knew it. I knew it in my heart. I knew it. Like
Yeah.
many people. I
There
knew it in my
are
heart.
so many of those that are
Yep.
here,
Yeah, and
and we just recently hit the point where we can start getting NPCs that aren't related to the event in question, so we
Yeah,
don't
totally.
have to always go back.
yep.
Like
Yep.
Techno is coming with the next event. She's not in Iberia in any sense, but we're finally getting her.
Oh, she's Iberian. I didn't. Oh no, she's
No,
not.
she's
That's
not.
what you're saying. Yeah,
She's from the Durin Rainbow Six sequel in Dawson's.
Yeah. Did not manage to get through that. I was trying to take a brief break from Arknight at the time, but you know, maybe you can enlighten me as to how that goes. But yeah, to finish my point, I was I have this long-standing habit of rolling for non-limited characters on limited banners just because they share the banner with them, and
Yeah.
I don't know, that just makes me laugh. You know, like I did happen to get Virtuosa. I think I got like 2 copies of her actually, and all I wanted was like just a bunch of Vivianas, you know. And in the end, like
Yeah.
I had to put so many rolls into the banner, you have to understand. Like, I was saving for this character. I had to put so many rolls into it. And at the end of it all, like, I got, yeah, I got one. I got exactly one Viviana. 1 Viviana, 2 Virtuosos, and, well, some other 6 stars. It's not like it was the worst, thing ever, but, you know, like, for the... For the regular limited, non-limited character that I wanted, I had to throw all those rolls at it, and I got 2. I got 2 of the limited operator before I got her, and that just makes me laugh so much. I was the same way with the. Oh, go on.
I keep track of my polls, what's it called, as well, and I have always had. I think the game knows which one you want. Somehow.
Yeah. We call that the desire sensor, my friend.
I really wanted Logos. Yes, Wizardel was meta, and I need one of every character for my own OCD and lore collection. But I was getting so many Wizardels. It looked like I was a Shark player, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to have a potential next Wizardel before the event's over. And I couldn't get Logos at all.
That's great.
I had that was terrible. That hurt.
I had a little bit of the opposite effect. It's not exactly opposite. You know what? This can't be described with a metaphor. So like I'm going through the main story of we're talking about 14, right? 14?
Chapter 14, yep.
Yeah, it says about right. I'm going through the main chapter 14, and like I haven't had much contact with Logos at the time. I get he's like I don't roll for characters that are supposed to be cool. Like they have to interest me.
Yeah.
But you know, and I knew Logos was supposed to be cool, and you know he'd had some like great moments in this stuff. But like you know, I didn't quite understand why I'd roll for him. But then you know, there's some really I think it was around time that. He fights the Lich King.
Yes,
and,
the Nazilim?
Nazasalim.
Nazir King.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers for you. Yeah. And I think it was around the time of that, and I saw him, like, he gave a great speech, and he had some, like, really cool moves on him, got to play his character for a bit, and I thought, like, okay, yeah. This is a character I'm going to roll for. And I rolled for him, and it took some effort, but, you know, I did get him in the end. And I was really happy with that. And I thought that would be it. I've never been overly attached to W. I thought she was a fantastic example of, like, characters I was supposed to like, because, you know, I felt like the game was telling me, it's like, you want W because she's so cool, and she's, like, sexy and stuff, and I didn't get it. Also, like, you know, I don't generally fall for the baddies. Like, just, you know, like, being a bad bitch is not enough character trait for me to find you interesting.
Yeah, there needs to be more.
Yeah, but by the time I got to the end of 14, I thought they'd done like a really fantastic job of developing her character, and I thought, like, you know what? I do want to roll this character now. I do want to roll this character. And it's just really funny in retrospect because, like, I did roll her. I got very lucky. And I did manage to pull her with relatively few rolls because I'd exhausted a lot on Logos. And I got her. And I got her because, like, I thought, like, she's suddenly, like, a character that I'm interested in. I'm not going to insult the writers and say she was suddenly a character. She's always a character, but just suddenly she was a character I was interested in. And then... you know, I roll her, and I thought it was really quite funny that, you know, I felt like I had to sort of hide my head from social media for a bit because, like, you know, Wishadel would turn out to be...
I think my dog is crying about something.
Oh, you take care of that. You go ahead. go, Apple. I wonder if they've replaced the stuff on Virtuoso yet. Although, to be fair, Endo absolutely peak. Endo with just a fantastic range of roles from like some of the ones that I know her in. Fate Grand Order, Macross Frontier. You know, Endo was Cheryl Gnome for those that need that bit of trivia. Just fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I have, what's it called? There are a lot of characters, obviously, in any gacha game, because of the way that it's done. But there are some characters that I get more interested in after I either see them in an event, or read about their lore in general, and their files.
Yeah, definitely.
There's just, it really does change drastically, and I don't really think I have a type per se. Like, you don't, the only thing I ever had an issue with a bad character coming in is make it understandable. Virtuosa was one I was afraid of.
Yeah,
when
same.
She first joined.
Same.
Because she was so villain coded.
Well, yeah. Yeah, actually, I think what
like,
go on.
Oh, but in the end, they managed to convince me through the story, her op record, the event itself, and a few other things that she is. Well, we're taking her mostly at her word here, which is not really the best, but at the same time, it really doesn't seem like she holds that malicious will to cause that kind of chaos.
Yeah. Shout out, by the way, to op records that are required viewing and should be in the plot, because, damn, Virtuosa's op rec should be part of the main plot. Players that don't roll her are missing so much context for that, it's unfair.
Yeah, her becoming a saint and the Pope's explanation is pretty, required, I think.
Yeah, that and, for me, for a side note, I think also just her interaction with Amiya at the end is, like, super important, like, super important.
Yes,
to sort of define what sort of character she is.
Amiya first, at the beginning.
Yeah.
Before
it was
that,
a good scene,
yeah.
It was very well written.
It was.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things for developing Virtuosa for me, because, like, yeah, I agree. For the same reason, like, I didn't want to roll her. I got her, and she by the end of the story of Zwillingham im Herbst, she'd become a very interesting character for me. She'd become a somewhat compelling character. I was kind of annoyed. She was kind of coming across as, like, a little one note, and she had a bit of villain privilege, if you know what I mean, which is just like, I just get to get away with my stuff because that's my role in the story, and you don't get to stop me until I do, you know. But I think by the time we got to the end of it and we saw her at a loss at times, and we did see her interacting with Amiya, like, in a normal capacity, I think I finally understood what they were going for with this character and, like, why it stopped bothering me that she joined Rhodes Island.
Yeah, it eventually clicked for me too. The Pope's, the op record itself is one example of a very important scene to give that context.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Another is her relationship in general with Executor, obviously her cousin. They really are polar opposites.
Yeah.
And I say this is kind of funny because there are people who have joked, especially other people that I know who also worked in the mental health field, that they are like the opposite sides of the autism spectrum.
Opposite.
He is so coded. Executor is so coded as he has no emotion. But meanwhile, if you read his op records and other things, he does. It's a birth defect. It's like I genuinely do think that he is a character who is coded to be on the spectrum.
No,
He's
agreed.
extremely
Totally
logical,
agree.
but he does have emotions.
Yeah.
they're a bit muted and they're a bit weird. And the empathy aspect, they kind of showcase this more through the fact that his empathy is slightly flawed. But the Pope has always said, and other people who have been on Executor's side have always said that that's not a bad thing. It's what makes him unique, and it's his it's more of a strength. It also turned out to be the thing that lets him be immune to Arturia.
Yeah, totally.
Which I thought was genius writing.
Yeah, that was brilliant. So where does she come from the other end? Because I'm very much lacking my knowledge about how the Spectrum works.
Yeah, I've been told that her side is less my personal experience, but she is more empty inside. I see a lot of people refer to her a lot like a mirror. We see that in the story a few times too.
A lot like what?
She lives through emotions of other people. Okay. So she likes to play other people's emotions and things, and that's how she experiences life. It's like she has no feelings of her own. So she has no true desires. She likes to play other people's lives, and it's in a way that it's kind of a tribute or just a scene of humanity in general. She hates the Seaborn. It's well known that she dislikes the Seaborn specifically because while she does understand the hive mind, there's no individuality. There's no humanity. So she's like, these creatures disgust me.
Interesting.
He was seen in a comic actually playing for one and then pretty much saying, these creatures disgust me and walking away.
Hang on, was it okay? Is this fan canon or is this confirmed?
No, this is actually, I want to say that's her comic. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Did she get one of those spotlight ones?
She was just on the cove, like the beach, and was playing for one, a lone Seaborn. And it was in her. It's on the current website. What is it? Hold on, I have all of these bookmarks, and they're just not in order.
Can't believe I forgot how impressive this event's mechanics were.
Oh yeah.
What a fantastic way to just sort of like integrate from like a lore standpoint, Lytanian's obsession with music and their the cultural importance of that with event mechanics. I think that's just so clever. That's gotta be one of my favorite things about this event.
I have a friend, what's it called, who happens to have a big interest and background in classical music. She gave me such a deep rundown of some of the stuff that and how deep that this actually goes, the both Lithanian events, the Lingering Echoes and this one. And it really is insane.
Oh, Lingering Echoes.
How much?
Oh, you remind me of all that trauma. No.
Yes.
Oh. It was so good. It was so sad.
It was. Yeah, and that's Cadenza Virtuosa 2. That was the Prelude Suite Cadenza Virtuosa. It was the official manga that is on the website now from the Global Comic, and the first few pages of the second chapter, because it's only a 2-chapter story.
Ah, okay.
And they represent Arturia's past, essentially.
Oh yeah, this thing.
We got the first chapter right before
Escapismo de
second
Hortensio.
Toronto event.
Yeah.
Yeah, Escapismo.
Shout out to that event for having some of the best music I've ever personally heard, because I'm a very EDM sort of oriented sort of guy, so yeah. The music there, chef's kiss, just so good.
What is it that they say? All Sancta nightlight at night have a night job as DJs.
I like that very much. That's great. Okay. Let's cut that for a second.
I know you're going to love the next